Medic.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
America, I need you to see what's happening in Minnesota right now because this is beyond a parody. White liberals are literally buying bulletproof vests and gas masks so they can obstruct federal immigration enforcement. They're picking up flashbangs with their bare hands. They're running into pepper spray, and they're all doing this to protect criminal illegal immigrants who've been stealing from American taxpayers for years.
I just searched for a bulletproof vest. I spent a year wearing one in Baghdad. And here I am 20 years later because my government wants to kill me.
But here's what they're not telling you. President Trump is sending Tom Homan, Obama's former ICE director who deported over 3 million people, directly to Minnesota to manage operations on the ground. This is the same Tom Homan that Barack Hussein Obama gave a medal to, and now the media is acting like he's running concentration camps. What is up, guys? Tyson DeLaCruz here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I have never, ever seen in my entire life people wanting to be quote unquote seen, people wanting to be seen and be part of some type of resistance more than I'm seeing white liberals wanting to be seen right now. And I'm going to show you exactly how insane this has gotten. Let me start with this woman who just went viral. She's a self-described middle-aged swim mom who just bought a bulletproof vest because she wants to obstruct ICE operations in her city.
I spent a year wearing one in Baghdad. And here I am 20 years later because my government wants to kill me.
Hold on, let me get this straight. You wore a bulletproof vest in Baghdad as a soldier, and now you think you need one as an American because ICE is deporting criminal illegal aliens. Bro, why do you need a bulletproof vest? What are you doing on the daily that requires body armor? This means you are going out looking for trouble. You are not accidentally running into ICE operations. You are hunting them down.
I'm starting to make a list of things that I need to purchase to prepare for what is inevitable. Let me know what's on your list.
She's making a list and checking it twice like she's Santa Claus. Preparing for war. Preparing for war against who? Federal agents trying to remove violent criminals from American streets? This is what we're dealing with. And check this other woman out who's walking around Minneapolis with goggles and a gas mask.
I am walking around with a gas mask in my purse just in case I run into ICE.
No. You are not running into ICE. You are running towards ICE. There is a big difference here. Why are you walking around with goggles? This means you're out here looking for trouble. You're actively seeking out confrontations with federal law enforcement. There is absolutely no way in the world that I'm putting my life on the line for illegal criminal immigrants. You will not catch me trying to protect some Somalians who've been stealing from taxpayers. No. Not happening. Now, let me show you what happens when these quote unquote peaceful protesters actually find the trouble that they're looking for.
Medic.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This absolute genius Einstein of a person thought it was a good idea to pick up an active flashbang with their bare hands. A flashbang. These things burn at over 3,000 degrees, and this person just grabbed it like it was a lost wallet. This is the level of intelligence that we're dealing with. These are people who are out here resisting federal immigration enforcement. They don't know what a flashbang does. They don't understand basic physics, but they're absolutely certain that ICE agents are the bad people. And guys, you know what? I don't feel bad for this person at all. I don't feel bad for them one little bit. You want to obstruct federal law enforcement? You want to interfere with the arrests of violent criminals? You want to pick up military-grade equipment with your bare hands? Well, congratulations. Congratulations. You won a stupid prize for playing a stupid game. And here's where this story gets really good. President Trump just announced that he's sending Tom Homan directly into Minnesota to manage ICE operations on the ground, reporting to Donald Trump directly.
6% decline. 96% less people are coming. How many women aren't being raped? How many children aren't dying making that journey? How many women and children aren't being sex trafficked into this country every day? How many known suspected terrorists aren't just walking across that border? President Trump and this administration is saving thousands of lives every month.
Listen to those numbers, a 96% decline in people crossing the border. But obviously the lamestream media doesn't want you to hear that. They want you to think that Tom Homan, ICE, DHS is some kind of monsters. So let me remind you of something that they're desperately trying to hide.
This is a Washington Post headline from 9 years ago, 2016. Meet the man the White House has honored for deporting illegal immigrants. And I would remind everyone in this room that it was former President Barack Hussein Obama who awarded a medal to Mr. Homan. So
Barack Hussein Obama gave Tom Homan, yes, the same person that's going into Minnesota, a medal for his work on immigration enforcement. The Washington Post wrote a glowing article about him in 2016. Meet the man the White House has honored for deporting illegal immigrants. So let me get this straight. When Obama's ICE director deports people, he gets a medal and praised from the Washington Post. But when Trump sends that exact same guy, the same person, to do the exact same job, suddenly he's running concentration camps.
he's obviously very qualified. He has the full trust and faith of the president. He will continue to have these meetings in the hopes that ICE and local law enforcement can cooperate and work together.
Now here's a little soundbite you can send your liberal friends. Let's talk about Obama's deportation record for a second, because this is obviously very important. During the first two terms in office from 2009 to 2017, the Obama administration removed and deported between 2.5 and 3 million people. This is how Obama got the nickname Deporter-in-Chief. Where were the protests? Where were the white liberals with bulletproof vests? Where were the people trying to pick up flashbangs? They were nowhere, absolutely nowhere. It was a ghost town because the media told you that Obama was a good guy.
Our city has been invaded by masked gunmen kidnapping family members and friends and neighbors of ours to send them to concentration camps.
Concentration camps. He actually said concentration camps. And watch what Jake Tapper does.
I'm not here to defend ICE, but I'm not a big fan of people using the term concentration camp to describe detention camps. That has a very specific meaning in terms of...
I understand that, but they take people to Fort Snelling here, which literally was built as a concentration camp, and Alligator Alcatraz, which I think we can all agree is a concentration camp. Not saying they're Dachau. I'm not saying they're putting people in ovens yet.
I'm not saying they're putting people in ovens yet. Are you kidding me? Even Jake Tapper, who's no friend to Trump, had to cut off this guy. That is how insane the rhetoric has gotten.
How does this hurt ICE? It seems to me it hurts you and it hurts your customers.
And Tapper makes a great point here. You're closing your business to protest ICE. How does that hurt ICE? It doesn't. It hurts you. It hurts your employees. It hurts your customers. But you get to feel good about yourself. So I guess that's what really matters.
I can't leave my house and drive to work or go to the grocery store without seeing people being asked for their papers at the gas station, people being grabbed off the sidewalk at bus stops.
I said it before and I'll say it again. This is all a distraction. Timmy Tampon Walz and his administration are probably happy about this particular situation because it takes the heat off the fraud. Minnesota is the fraud capital of America and they need the chaos. They need this to cover it up so you stop talking about it. Now let's talk about Alex Preddy because this is the case that they're using to justify all this insanity.
I am on the ground in Minneapolis right now, and about 2 hours ago, shot and killed a man.
An ICU nurse, a rapid responder, a human being. That's how they're describing him in the media. What they're not telling you is how he showed up to obstruct federal law enforcement operations with a loaded 9mm handgun, which is obviously his right, and 2 full magazines.
We're your neighbors. And it hit so hard because I just had a moment of realization, people live among us. I'm like, these people get to clock in, put on a mask and terrorize our communities, and then go home.
These people get to clock in, put on masks, and terrorize their community. No, these people are federal agents removing violent criminals from American streets. That's not terrorism. That's law enforcement.
I am so angry. I am so angry. I am walking around with goggles just in case they gas us.
You are so angry that you're walking around with the gas mask in your purse or around your neck just in case you run into ICE. Again, you're not running into ICE. You're running towards ICE. You're seeking out confrontations. You're looking for trouble. And when you find it, somebody gets hurt and then everybody acts shocked. You act like this is some kind of police state. You created the situation. You and the people like you think it's heroic to obstruct federal law enforcement. Now, let me tell you what's really happening here, because this is something that the media won't touch.
Governor Tim Walz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength.
Trump says that he had a good call with Timmy Tampon Walz, and they're supposed to be working together now. But here's what I want you to know. Where was this cooperation 3 weeks ago? Where was this cooperation when ICE agents were being surrounded and threatened?
President Trump announcing just a couple of hours ago he's sending border czar Tom Homan to run operations in Minnesota, reporting directly to him.
Trump is sending Tom Homan to Minnesota because Walz can't obviously be trusted. He's sending him there to bypass the local government entirety. That's how bad and crazy this situation has gotten. But here's what nobody's talking about. Minnesota is the fraud capital of the United States. Billions and billions of taxpayer money has been stolen through fraudulent programs. And Tim Walz was in charge when obviously most of this was happening.
Nothing legitimate, but the president has been clear. Retribution, he's been clear. We didn't vote for him.
Listen to Keith Ilson. This is retribution. We didn't vote for him. No, this is law enforcement. You have 60,000 open immigrant cases. You have 5,000 known criminals running around your state. That, my friends, is not retribution. That is a crisis. Now, let me tell you who the real victims are in this, because it's not the protesters in the body armor.
Every business person whose business has been shuttered because of this, on behalf of every student and every parent who can't get their kids to school.
You know what's funny? Keith admits businesses are being shuttered, students can't go to school, parents are afraid, but he blames ICE for this. He doesn't blame the protesters, the leadership, the people blocking the streets, the people who created this chaos, the lamestream media. He doesn't blame the criminals who created this situation in the first place.
Business is down everywhere in the city, especially in our neighborhood where ICE and Customs and Border Patrol have been extremely active. People are afraid to go shopping, afraid to go work, afraid to go outside.
Business is down. People are afraid to go outside, but not solely just because of ICE, because of the chaos created by protesters who think they're heroes for obstructing federal law enforcement. The real victims are the law-abiding American citizens, the law-abiding business owners who are losing money because of these crazy protests, the taxpayers who have been funding fraud for years while their own communities fall apart. America, here's what I need you to understand about what's happening in Minnesota. This isn't about immigration enforcement anymore. This isn't about police brutality. This isn't even about Alex Preddy. This is about the white liberals and the lamestream media who have nothing better to do than cosplay as revolutionaries. They're buying bulletproof vests. They're carrying gas masks. They're picking up flashbangs with their bare hands, all so that they can feel part of some grand resistance movement. But they're not resisting tyranny. They're protecting criminals. They're obstructing justice, and they're providing cover for one of the most corrupt governments in America. Tom Homan, the same man Barack Hussein Obama gave a medal to for deporting millions of people, is now being sent to Minnesota to do the job that Tim Walz refuses to do. And the media is acting like this is some kind of authoritarian crackdown. The pattern here is crystal clear. Create chaos, obstruct federal law enforcement, protect criminal illegal immigrants, and then when somebody gets hurt, blame Trump. It's the same playbook, the same tired, dusty playbook we've been seeing for years, and they're not even trying to hide it anymore. Minnesota isn't a resistance movement. It's a distraction. And the sooner people realize that, the sooner we can actually fix the problem. Let me know what you think about this. Drop it down in the comment section down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. Share, subscribe, and as always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.